Oh, that's
Oh, hello.
no, not you.
Hello.
Hello, lovely people of the internet. Tis I, Red, aka Savage Minnow. I thought that I wasn't going to be having technical issues tonight, but apparently, I don't know. It's one of those nights. Hello, hello. It looks like the chat has made it. Hello. Hello, everyone. I am joined tonight by my two lovely guests. Holy Spackle and Simos Funk.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. It looks like we have made it on the raid train. Oh, we lost a Spackle.
Oh, oh dear. Do you
I
know
know
what? Do
she's
you know what?
having.
That might be. That might be the spirit world.
It might be, was it, maybe it wasn't even Spackle. It was just an aberration.
That could, yeah. I didn't actually test it. I didn't actually test it.
Oh, with your
Yeah,
stud finder thing.
we shouldn't. No, I have a ghost detector. I have a
Okay.
ghost detector. I was going to announce it a little later, but I've this week. Because like I wasn't convinced last week. I wouldn't say I was convinced last week with the the program that we did, but it did make me think because there was. I made a list of the credible evidence, as you know,
Yes.
and
We're taking detailed notes.
yes. So I've got a list here. I'll show you. I'll put my camera on and show everybody my credible evidence. There it
Oh,
is.
yep.
So yeah, as you can see, so this week I've been out and I've bought a ghost detector. This
Okay.
cost me $400 for this ghost detector, and so I'm going to be scanning the videos as we watch them to find out whether there are actually any ghosts. So I mean,
Okay.
we're taking this seriously. That's what I'm saying. Are we not taking this seriously?
Well, yes, this is for
Yeah,
science.
very seriously. You're gonna
We are.
take
Yeah.
the temperature or whatever.
Yeah. So there we go. Anyway, I'm going to go off camera because I'm going off camera.
Because I'm the only one that's allowed to be on. I'm just kidding.
Well, you are the prettiest, so there we go. There's that.
Yay!
Thank
I
you.
I did not do my makeup today, um,
You don't need makeup.
because it took long enough to do my hair, and like pigtails still don't match. So
You spent the time trying to get the pigtails even. Yeah. Well.
yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead. Oh,
Okay.
we did get a comment here from William.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
So we
William.
I think he's had one too many Christmas presents this year.
Oh.
so we do have an episode. The episode that we're reacting to tonight. Oh, not that. We're actually going to be doing this guy. Um, this is the pilot episode. Now,
Ooh.
you can see that there is like a smoke effect in a frame on it that I added. And if there are some issues with the sound and timing, I did like some of it I slowed down to like 0.95 speed, and then others sped up. So if there's weird things with the sound and the cuts, I also tried to cut it so that like mostly everything's just backwards because I'm trying to like avoid dealing with YouTube copyright. But I did try to switch like the screens like this where it has
Good idea. Yeah.
writing on it.
Good idea. Good idea. Because you never know. You don't want to bring undue curses down on us, do you? If we were to play it normally.
Well, I did make sure that the Ouija board and everything was like packed up tight. So I
You've done your
don't.
Ouija board today, and we're okay to do this, are we?
I've done like the house blessing and everything. We
Excellent.
should be.
Excellent.
We should be. And Just for you and Spackle, I did bring my full throttle, so
Your full throttle. Excellent.
I've got that
Okay.
tonight.
So the problem with the house blessing thing is, like, if I house bless my apartment, but my neighbors are very unblessed, does it get
Ooh.
corrupted?
Good point.
Yes and no.
Good point.
We, is this like a serious question? Because I can answer these questions. Okay.
It's a serious question. If I'm saging my apartment, making it clean again from like negative vibes and unclean spirits.
So yes and no. So I'm going to start with saying, just like culturally, I don't suggest that people use sage if they're going to do a house blessing or a cleansing, unless that is part of like your own cultural heritage. Just because sage is like, it's a plant that doesn't like grow that easily, and it's kind of over harvested. And there's lots of other ways to do a house blessing and a cleansing. Now, so those are different things. So if like there's something that you're like trying to get rid of, like what we're talking about in the situation that we're pretending to have in the video that we're gonna watch, I would say that we're gonna start with a cleansing to like get whatever it is out of there. Then you're going to want to do a blessing, which is going to like basically clear out any residual energy in the space that isn't just like the evil thing that you're getting out. And it's like basically doing like your dusting after you're cleaning, basically. Okay. And then a protection is what's going to keep it from getting any like further demonic entities. Now, your protection is going to be like really a very important step if you're in like an apartment building or like a shared living situation, that sort of thing, because like you said, it can break down over time, where like if your neighbor gets some possessed piece of furniture that moves in or whatever, then like you can start having issues in your apartment.
I had a neighbor stab another neighbor on the floor above me. It's crazy.
There you go. Hey, like y'all remember when I like came home and found out that I like spent the night like right beneath a dead body that was a floor above me? Yeah, that was a little bit traumatizing. But yeah,
just another Tuesday.
But yeah, that's when that like protection. Now there are people who like go so far as to like protecting like the entire property and like all of that shit. When you do that, like you're getting to where at that point, if you're in a shared living space, it's really not going to be like that powerful. So you're going to have to be like repeating that process like really frequently, and it's not really worth it. But that would be my opinion.
I'm fairly similar. Like, my process of doing it is I do the dusting first, and that way everything gets on the floor, which is nice. Then I do the vacuuming, and then I do then I do a layer of protection, which is like a bleach mopping on the hard surfaces, and then I do a polishing. And I found that keeps the spirits at bay, really. Of course, just as a word of warning to you and to everybody out there, never polish a Ouija board. Never polish a Ouija board. It's dangerous. You can get false readings. So
I wonder how many people we got like jumping off of the stream because of that, because they were taking me seriously.
Be careful with that. And that's all I would say. Okay.
So in my former life, just for context, anybody who's new here, yes, I was the high priestess of a coven, Sisters of the Moon, and I do have a background in that shit. I gave it up because I was sick of like fooling people. That's kind of what it came down to.
Doing what to people?
Fooling them, pulling one over on people. I tried really hard for a while to like walk the line of like not like not fooling people, not pulling one over on people. But the thing is that like so many people like I don't want to say like they want to be fooled, but it's like they want something and they will like latch onto that as the thing.
Indeed. So
And
you were in a coven, were you?
I was a high priestess of a coven, yeah.
High priestess. So you I mean, I don't want this to sound racist, but you were a white witch?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. I would imagine, along with your fellow witches, pasty white witches. I'm thinking.
But yeah, I mean, like I've done like house cleansings, like blessings, protections, all of that. I haven't done like straight up exorcisms or anything like what's the couple that did that shit. But yeah, I've done like I have done a lot of like writing for different groups and stuff for like publications, for like metaphysical publications and stuff like that is kind of more where my background kind of came from. But yeah, I just got to the point, especially with tarot reading, like that's kind of the thing is it's just like a lot of lying to people, not necessarily even lying. It's just like you pull shit out of your ass,
Well, I think you're being a little hard myself. It's more intuitional, isn't it? It's like an intuit. You know what I mean?
And that's basically kind of what I came to kind of feel as a tarot card reader, was just like whoever comes in for a reading is like they already know like what they want to hear. They just need to hear somebody say it to them, or hear somebody say what you think is right, Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, that is exactly the same reason that I stopped playing D&D. So there we go. There's that as well.
Okay. And on that note, would you stay in your house if you knew it was haunted?
I don't know. Maybe.
So this is the pilot episode of this show. I am going to reveal at the end in 22 minutes who this person is, but I did find out during the research.
That is optimistic. 22 minutes is optimistic.
Okay, fair enough. I did find out during the research that this person is somewhat connected to the television show Behind the Scenes. And it makes some of these, like I did have to rewatch it in editing, and it makes some of these like little like the one-on-one interviews kind of hilarious in that context. And I just want you to like watch it, and then at the end of the episode you can guess how it is that she's connected to the show.
Oh, okay, interesting. I think my ghost detector will probably be able to give us some of the answers there, I feel. Also, just I don't know if you want to answer the question first, but I'll answer the question. Would I stay in my house if I knew it was haunted? Well, it would beat the garden, number one. I wouldn't fancy staying in the garden. It gets rather cold this time of year, so and it might not be far enough away from the house, so potentially the garden could be haunted as well. So probably I'd say yes, I would stay in the house if I knew it was haunted. Although, to be fair, I did call a priest in a while back to get an exorcism done, because I was going out with a rather fervent atheist girlfriend who I could no longer see. So I called a priest in, and he got rid of her. So that was that was helpful.
That sounds like it did the trick.
Yeah, that was most effective. I had to compromise my morals with the priest, of course, but you've got to try something new once in a while.
Behind the scenes. So I just meant like, how is this person involved with the production? That's what I meant.
Okay, right. Let's move on. from my useless.
Okay.
Oh, well, before we do, Holy Speckle, Jolly Speckle, would you stay in a house if you knew it was haunted?
I don't know. I guess it would depend if I thought the ghost was a friendly ghost or an unfriendly ghost.
Nice. You're thinking of Casper, aren't you?
I think that like not all ghosts are out to like. I mean, like I'm just thinking like with the assumption that ghosts are real. I don't think that all ghosts would have some issue of necessarily having a dark side. I don't think all of them would be dark, but I think the whole unresolved thing goes really well with the ghost lore. But unresolved doesn't necessarily mean that you're vicious.
Fair.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just like really wanted to like win the soccer championships and never got to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see what kind of ghost we're dealing with here.
Yeah,
in
I've
this
got my
house.
pen and paper here, so I'm ready.
Okay, you ready to take notes?
Mm-hmm.
There's something very dark in here.
I've seen a lot of things down drains, but I've never seen
I think
anything
I've spotted
like
it.
this. There's things down there.
Did you see it? Did you
Yeah.
see the ghost? Okay.
Well, no, not the gas. I spotted what's dark in there.
What's
I
that?
thought
I
there
think
was a turd on the
she's
scanner.
attracted to a very nice man.
Oh, a tall, dark, and handsome man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That are just kind of scary.
It's not just plumbing and
The
that you
activity's
need to
getting
be
a little
worried
bit more
about.
aggressive.
That's very
Fair.
true. We found that out last week, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
They just push me right out.
Ashley, did you leave the house yet? Ashley? Ashley?
Ashley is the assistant for the week.
Ashley is not a ghost. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yeah.
Ashley
So if we
not
remember from last week, our characters.
Yeah.
We
Can
have
you just go through that? Yeah.
Nadine the psychic.
Nadine the Intuit.
Oh
Sorry, did I
gosh,
say
forgot
Intuit?
the
I
other
meant
one.
Twit.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I forgot the other one. What's the other chick's name?
No, I've got my notes. I have my notes. Let me just get there.
Okay. I can pull mine up here.
Nadine,
Oh, she'll come up in a minute.
Matt, Michelle.
Yes. I don't think it is Matt, actually.
Michelle was the girl.
Okay,
Michelle
is it
was
Michelle?
Yeah, she was the investigator.
I think it's Brian
It's the new guy.
No, he's the home inspector. The tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah,
That's-
oh right. So it was Matt last week, wasn't it? No? Oh no, Matt was the other guy because there were two guys last week, wasn't it?
Yes, Matt was. So Matt has been replaced with, what did they say her name is? Sarah?
Did you leave the house
Michelle.
yet? Ashley?
Ashley.
Ashley?
I think if her
Matt-
name is Ashley.
Paralegals work on legal things more than basic lawyer. Yes, I believe
Oh,
so.
right, okay. Anyway, I don't think I've got his name written down. If it's not Matt, because there were two guys, weren't there? There was the ghost detector installer.
Was that? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I
You
thought
remember
his name
that?
was Max.
Max, did you say?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay. This guy's name is Brian, anyway. Is that right?
This
The home
is
inspector?
Brian. I remember Brian because Brian has half a brain. And Brian is also a published author. He wrote a book on home inspection, of all things.
Right.
So he's
Brilliant.
pro.
Okay.
Brian's a pro.
And this is the same guy, is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. I'm
Him,
completely wrong. Yeah.
Nadine, and besides it's Michelle is the third one. The three of them are like the three. They're
Yeah.
our holy trinity.
Yeah. You beat me to it, but yes. And Michelle is the inspector. Inspector Michelle. Got it. Okay.
Paranormal inspector.
Sorry.
Our paranormal home
Was it
inspectors
in
received
Ottawa?
a
Is that
call
where-
from a woman named Catherine, who bought a house 3 years ago. She claims that strange things started to happen shortly after she moved in and began renovating.
They received a call from her. Keep in mind, this is the pilot
Yeah.
episode. Like, they make it sound like
Okay.
she was like, "Oh, I've been having things happen in this house. Let me call up that show, Paranormal Home Inspectors." Like, we
Google.
know for the fact that this is the pilot episode that is not the case, but I love that that is how they word it.
Sure.
When I
3-year-old
moved in, the house was in great shape, but I wanted to make it my own, so I did do a lot of renovations. This
It's
is
an
my
older
basement,
house.
and
Yeah.
this was completely renovated after I moved in.
It looks very,
Wow.
like, yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
it was like that old initially, but
Everything's been completely redone. I've spent a
She's
lot of
done a
money on the
great
house,
job.
and I'm
Yeah.
very comfortable here. This is
it
my
does
dream
look
home.
really nice.
So I'd like to stay. I don't believe in ghosts, but all I can say is that a lot of the things that have happened here I can't explain.
Wanting to get to the bottom of the unexplained
okay.
phenomena plaguing her house, Catherine has called on our unique team to conduct a multi-platform home inspection.
Okay.
Combining
Multi-platform.
traditional and non-traditional investigative techniques, our team, made up of intuitive healer Nadine,
Here we go.
certified home inspector Brian,
Brian.
and paranormal investigator and researcher Michelle. The team
You
will try and
remembered.
uncover what is behind Catherine's unsettling experiences. First to go in is our fact finder Michelle to begin the
Okay.
dialogue that
Do you
will
think I
form
should
the
just
roadmap
scan it
for our
first
investigation.
before we start, just to see
You
what's
wanna-
going on? Yeah. Do you want to just
hit
give
it
me...
with your doodad?
Yeah, if I can. Hang on a second. Do you want to just play it on a little bit? Get there.
Hi, Catherine. Thanks so much for meeting
Okay,
with
that'll
me.
do,
I just
yeah.
have a few quick questions.
There, perfect. Okay, here we go.
Oh, is your flashlight working?
Yeah. Oh, look, you can see at the top of the screen there, there's a little orb. Yeah,
Mm.
there's something going on here. There's something going on here.
Okay.
Okay,
Those-
we've got possible. I'm going to write that down as credible evidence.
Okay.
Okay. Did you see
Checked
that?
it with my little.
Did you see that, Jolly?
Yeah, I saw the ghost orbs.
You did. Okay. Okay, there we go. Possible.
There's a ghost. Merry Christmas.
Ghost orbs. Okay.
Yeah. Lots. Now, to be fair, like the red smoke and stuff I added, but yeah,
hmm
as you said, there is the.
No,
the
you
orb up
saw
there
it
in the
on my
corner,
screen.
yeah.
You saw it on
Yeah.
my screen there, the orb there.
Oh,
you?
I just saw your little flashlight.
Well, let's see if
Like-
it does it again then.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if it does it again. Okay, hang on.
Okay. Oh.
There it is.
Oh,
There's
I
the
see
orb.
it. I see
Yeah.
it.
Okay. See, it's definitely there. There's something going on. There is
Yeah.
something going on there, which is
Is
a
that?
bit
Yeah.
unexplainable.
You.
And the amazing thing for me is they're not even at the house yet.
That's what
So I'm thinking that the ghost might not be attached to the house. It could be attached to her iPad there, to a little
It could
pad there,
be.
or one of the coffee cups. So
I
we'll see
think
if the
it's some
coffee
way-
cups appear
It
later.
somehow has made its way to your house. It looks like.
No, it's not in my house. I'm scanning the
Oh, okay. You're just
scanning the video.
okay. So it is with them at the cafe here.
Yeah, that's my that's what I'm intuiting there. Anyway, I've marked it down. Possible evidence.
About what is going on in the home. Let's go through room by room and tell me what's happened in each.
Recently, I was home alone and I woke up in the early morning and I could hear water running. I went into the bathroom and my taps in the bathtub were on. Full blast.
Wow.
One of the
full
strangest
blast.
things, like that first started happening
like,
was the door at the top of the stairs.
This
I
is
would
like a
go
common
past the
thing that
closet
people
door and
say.
come down.
Okay. Say that again.
This is like a common thing that people say when they think they have a ghost in the house is that the water's running, like a sink will turn on or a tub.
I have heard that from other people. I have a theory. I'm not going to say what my theory is because I have seen this entire episode recently. So I'm gonna, yeah.
Okay, well, I'd just like to point out, I know you may be a little skeptic, but that water was running.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I had.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The water was running in the clip that they played there. Yeah. I do think it's funny for like all of these like B-roll, like it's, you know how like a lot of times it'll be like, oh, here it is with like the shitty camera, and then like here's like the nice shot of them with they're all like the same resolution, the same fucking like. They just had one camera that they shot this all.
Stairs, and then I'd go back upstairs, and the closet door would be open.
Oh my God.
And I remember one night I was
Number
in
2, closet
bed,
door open.
and I could hear growling. And my dog sleeps at the foot of my bed, so I thought, oh, you know, it's the dog starting to growl again.
Yeah.
And then seconds later, I realized that actually I didn't have the dog in the house that night.
She doesn't have a dog.
What happened in the
She
office
heard
on
the
the
dog
second
growling,
floor?
and then she realised she didn't have a dog.
No.
Okay, I got writing that down.
I think it's
not what she said, Simon.
What? Sorry, I wasn't listening properly. Go ahead.
She said, "Okay,
Doesn't
this
have
is
one. I'm just writing that down. Doesn't
presumably her and her partner have more than one residence, and she realized that the dog was not with her that night. She was by herself. There was no dog in the house.
Yeah, that's what I put. No dog. Yeah, heard a dog. Doesn't have one.
The house was elsewhere."
Okay.
Hi, Tux.
I was in the office working, and my dog was at the top of the stairs, growling down the stairs. And then just as he was doing that, I was overcome with the smell.
The dog is there.
Scooby in the game.
Yeah, we found the dog. Let me just, could you just go back to the dog a second? Got something very important to do.
But actually, I didn't have the dog in the house that night.
She doesn't have a dog in the house.
What happened in the office on the second floor?
I was in the office working, and my dog was at the top of the stairs.
Oh, there we go.
There's the dog.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, ghost dog.
Oh, yeah. I think the dog, we found a ghost.
Oh no, the dog's dead. That's awful.
We found a dog, which is a ghost. But you can see an orb. It's not a strong orb. It's not as strong as it was last time, though. But there
Actually,
we go.
my first thought on this is like, oh, this is like B-roll. It's just like somebody's random dog. But now that I think about it, actually, this might be the actual dog.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's amazing. So that's the first thing. That is the first time we've actually got a ghost on film.
Look at the eyes. It's a ghost dog.
Yeah.
Why does the shadow behind the ghost dog look like a human shadow?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's Schrödinger.
Don't freak me out.
Exactly. Does it exist? Does it not exist? We don't know. Depends.
I don't know.
Depends on the ghost story that she's telling at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Growling down the stairs. And then just as he was doing that, I was overcome with a smell.
Has the house ever been treated for mold or mildew problems?
Not since I've owned the house. I did have to
Smelly dog.
replace
I'm just
the
going to
roof,
write that down.
but that's the only thing
I
that's
think
really
she's
happened.
the animal, right? Should be a cat, surely, but smelly dog.
Not since I've owned the house. Now you notice that like that's how she worded it. But I don't know if you guys know this, but in the US, whenever like you have your house treated for like particularly black mold, like there is documentation that like you have to like have for that. That's like, oh yeah, it was treated for black mold in like such and such a year. Like
Okay.
So just I think that it is interesting that she didn't say not that I know of. She said not since I've owned the house.
I see. So you're saying that she may think that there was when she first bought the house.
That it may have been treated for, but she's saying not since I've owned the house.
Okay.
Has anybody else experienced anything in the house?
My friend Fatima has mentioned that she's not comfortable in the basement.
Fatima
From day one that she's moved in, if
Fatima
I went downstairs, I always shut
uncomfortable.
that laundry room door. There's something in that laundry room that makes me feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And one night,
something,
actually, she
yeah.
and I were in the basement, and all of a sudden, we heard this horrific noise upstairs. I had a beautiful fishbowl, and it had exploded everywhere.
It's an interesting
How the hell
reenactment.
did this
Like,
happen? Did the cat topple it over?
also, like, how the hell did this happen for the reenactment? Like,
oh.
did somebody get out like a hammer and smash it for the reenactment?
Okay, so I mean that's a good point, but I'm just picking up on what she's saying here. She said, "Did the cat do it?" Now, does she have a cat? That's my
has a
first
cat and
question.
there's a-
Does she
yeah,
know
there's a-
whether she's got a cat
I
or not?
was wondering, like, where's the cat? I haven't even seen a cat.
There is a cat that lives here 24/7. There's a dog that goes back and forth with her and her partner that is there when her and her partner are there, but is not.
Okay.
But I think that this person is making a good point, Aunt Cher, that the dog,
Yeah.
particularly my dog, when she got old, would do this kind of hilarious thing where she would fart and then she would like growl at her own farts because like her hearing was going, but apparently like that was a frequency that she could hear, and she would be like, "What the?" And I'm wondering if she doesn't have an old dog that's like growling at his farts, and then she's like, "There's a weird smell."
I know, right? It's gonna
Yeah.
be that.
That would explain two things. Well, three things.
It
actually.
didn't get knocked over. It got like busted, but
Yeah.
it's on the
But it's in the picture there, right? In
right.
the evidence, I should say. Sorry, not the picture. In the evidence, it doesn't look like it's been knocked over because the stand is still there, look the right way up.
Right. Yeah,
So,
it's like
yeah.
it's one of those like big brandy, like it's like a brandy glass, but it's like the size of a fishbowl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't
And
see any fish
like
there.
the stem
So,
is gone.
Were there
Yeah,
ghost fish?
I'm hoping that no fish were harmed in the process of
Yeah.
reenacting this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No,
Oh, it's a reenact. Okay, gotcha.
I mean, well,
I don't know. She can afford two of these.
Besides the
damn
roof,
things, apparently.
any renovations in the house since moving?
that's what I'm saying. Is like, do they come in and just like smash it with a hammer? They're not that expensive. They're like $20. So like, if you get it at Michael's with like a 40% off coupon, it's really not expensive. But
Yeah, especially if you buy in bulk.
goes back to talking to my friend. It's been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Point is, he's more sane than these people. Yeah, exactly. No, wait till you meet Brian. Brian's all right.
No, Brian is down
When
to
I
earth.
moved into the house, the basement was completely
I like
unfinished.
Brian.
Genuine
so
article,
I brought in
Brian.
contractors and had the basement completely redone. And my contractors, while they were renovating
Oh,
the basement, they
I've
got
spotted
locked
something.
out.
As far
Oh,
as we've
I
ever been
spotted something back there. Did you see anybody notice there were toys?
yes, there is
Yeah.
a child.
The toys. There we go. Okay. I'm
I
guessing
believe
one
there
of
may be
them's
more than one child.
one of
but
them's
there's
wooden.
At least one child.
Guessing one of them is wooden.
Yes.
Okay, just that's from carryover from last week. That caused a lot of problems. The wooden toys.
That's what it's called, a brandy snifter. It's like a giant, like brandy snifter. And yes, apparently it was possessed by a,
Yeah.
or he just didn't like it, and he used his like ghost laser eye whatever to like explode it.
Or maybe it was the ghost
he didn't-
dog that scared the ghost cat. And the cat
Maybe.
just jumped and, forgot which realm it was in or something.
This is a good one. The brandy snifter was filled with spirits.
Good point. Good point.
Yes, buy your kids' toys, bugs instead of toys. I
Don't
can't
do
talk
that.
today.
Don't do that.
Okay.
No, don't.
Well, it depends on the bugs. Depends on the bugs.
Okay.
Jester has confirmed that there's a haunting.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
And
Actually-
my contractors, while they were renovating the basement, they got
I'm gonna
locked
remember
out.
that. That's
As far
true.
as
Oh
we've
my
ever been
God.
told, there's no key for this deadbolt. And we'd leave every day for lunch and leave the door unlocked, right? And we'd lock the gate here. Twice, when we came back, the deadbolt was locked. The only way you can lock this door is from the inside. No one's ever here while we're working.
Have the children experienced anything
what?
in the house?
One of my sons has told me a few times that he's
So deadbolt locked twice. So they managed to open it. So it can't be that good of a deadbolt.
Wait, let me
Just say.
I need to hear it again.
There's no key for this deadbolt. And we'd
No
leave
key.
every day for lunch and leave the door unlocked, right? And we'd lock the gate here. Twice, when we came back, the deadbolt was locked. The only way you can lock this door is from the inside. No one's
Twice.
ever here while we're working.
Fucking shit deadbolt. That's what I'm saying.
Have the children
Yeah,
Okay.
twice, apparently.
Happened twice. So obviously
No
the first
key.
time, no key. They just
Again, Regios with the very specific wording. Yes, no key that they know of.
interesting, Rich. Yeah. Okay.
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 I'll be right back. I'm gonna hit play, but yeah.
experienced anything in the house?
one of my sons has told me a few times that he's heard voices. So I'm really hoping that you and your team can let me know why some of these things are happening in the house.
Well, we're definitely going to give it our best shot.
I just don't want
Boy,
people to think I'm crazy.
heard
No, you're not crazy.
voices.
Knowing that Catherine never had
Now,
a formal house inspection done when she
I
bought her home,
actually know a
it's
little bit
clearly
about the
time for
voices.
certified home
Apparently, the
inspector
boy
Brian
says
Daly
later
to
on
shine
that
his
he heard,
flashlight on
"Who's
the
your
matter.
daddy?"
I'd be happy to find out if there's something going on mechanically with the house.
Probably is mechanically things going on.
Okay, you're killing me from the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do think it's also interesting that I didn't catch this before, that she never had a formal home inspection.
Oh, I didn't hear that either.
Like, so I was like, still,
I think your motive, is that what you're thinking?
well, just like a lot of these things could have been issues that like would have come up if you would have had a basic home inspection.
Hmm.
That,
That's
like,
true.
you know what I mean?
That is true.
I just don't want people to think I'm crazy.
No,
Which,
you're not
like,
crazy.
So you're
You
going on a
contacted
TV
this show.
program. Looks for ghosts. But I don't
Again-
want the neighbours to think I'm crazy.
The story that we're going with here is she was like, "Oh, there's no paranormal home inspectors. I think my house is possessed. Can you please come?
I haven't had a home inspection, but I think my home is haunted.
Yes, can you please come and do a paranormal inspection? A 3-point inspection."
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got a list of complaints here. So, I mean, I think we're ready to move on to.
Knowing that Catherine never had a formal house inspection done when she
See?
bought her home, it's clearly time for certified home inspector Brian Daly
It
to
is
shine
clearly
his
time.
flashlight on the matter.
I'd be
Okay.
happy
yeah.
to find out if there's something going on mechanically with the house.
Yes, there is. Houses have mechanical parts to them.
Also, like, look at the age of that house. Like, just from the outside, like, yes, there's
Yeah.
obviously going to be something mechanical going
Knowing
on
that
in this
Catherine
house.
never had a
Like,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at the age of this house.
Yeah, but I can see locks on the doors. So that straight away, there's something
Well-
mechanical there.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to find out if there's something going on mechanically with the house.
I am a minnow, not a snack.
After a thorough inspection of the more routine residential
Oh my
trouble
God.
areas,
He really
Brian
is
is
thorough.
given a detailed list of
Thorough,
hotspots
yes.
documented by Michelle.
Climbed up a
from
ladder.
the
Did you
homeowner.
see that?
So the first thing on their checklist is something about a fishbowl, and that was in the kitchen. There's our fishbowl. Now, that looks like a newer bowl, obviously. The old one, according to my notes from Michelle, kind of looked like a brandy glass.
That poor betta fish, by the way. Just like,
Uh,
I mean, they can live like that, but
Now, that glass is really
Don't-
thin.
A hairline crack, lots of water pressure, vibration from the street noise. It's a no-brainer.
So that one is definitely
okay.
off the
He
list.
says no brainer.
I was told by Michelle
I agree with him.
Mm-hmm. So that's one mark. I'm going to write down 2 columns here. I'm going to write crazy, not crazy. Okay, and let's just see how many ticks we get. So that's 1 for crazy. Okay.
This is a very good point, Justin. Like, why would you not, Catherine? Like, why? You bought this house and you're like, I don't have a key to this lock to my basement, but like, don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
I've got the builders in. No, we won't bother with a new lock. Yeah. Take them 2 seconds to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes, Andrea, the water did look dirty, and it was not enough water, and like, yeah. And it also looked like an area that gets like probably a lot of like high traffic vibrations and shit. So yeah, please don't keep your betta fish like that if you have a betta fish.
Yeah. Also, don't put rocks in the bottom. Just saying. That's not going to help the thin glass.
Yeah, I mean, water's pretty heavy on its own. Those are made for like to hold like a flower arrangement type thing. Like that's
right.
They're not really like made to like hold water and rocks like 24/7 for
certainly
weeks.
Certainly not to that quantity. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look. One thing we can say for certain, I feel, is that probably the fish died in the house.
Yes.
So there is a potential ghost there.
Ooh, you think it's a fish ghost?
I'm guessing it could have been the brandy glass fish ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to think that that's the original betta fish, but you're probably right. Probably did not survive the.
Certainly, if the cat knocked it off.
Okay, so it doesn't like require a 10-gallon aquarium, but like you probably want like at least like 2.5 for a betta.
Okay.
Not like less than a gallon, like.
Okay,
yeah.
So let me just tick off this. Cat broke. Right, so we got the fishbowl done. Okay.
Yeah, fishbowl, no brainer.
Yeah, I've got that under crazy 1. Yeah, okay.
45 definitely a betta could survive, and a 45 you want to make sure that they have like some little hides though. Oh, you don't keep bettas. Good. Yeah, also you keep like 1 in a 45. Just 1. All right, moving on.
Shell that this deadbolt was giving problems and it kept locking.
The scary deadbolt.
You slam the door a certain way, that lock will slam shut. It's just a spring-loaded mechanism. That can happen. Absolutely.
All right, let's have a look at the drains.
Deadbolt lock slam shut.
So this helps us just...
Crazy 2.
Have you guys had one of those before? Because I have one like on our back door, and it does that where it's just like it's just spring loaded, and it's like if it just pops the right way. Because the deadbolt itself is newer and the door is older, so like the seal doesn't like sit properly. So like sometimes when it goes like past the like close, it like I guess it just like pops that and is enough for that spring loaded one to like
Okay, so I'm just going to write that down. Your house might be haunted. Got it.
It shouldn't, Al, but it does. It's because it's an old door. Like, yeah, I'm sure if I like fix up the hinges and like this, that, and the other, that like it wouldn't. But yeah.
Okay.
No. It's the deadbolt itself is spring loaded. It's if you like turn it with your hand, you only have to turn it like just a little bit, and then it will turn itself. It's the actual deadbolt is spring loaded.
See a little bit further on down. I've seen a lot of things down drains, but I've never seen anything like this.
I woke up
It's
to
not
this.
what I expected to see at all. There's things down there that are just kind of scary.
Is there something buried down there? No. Was there something buried down there? Yes.
I mean, like my house is built in like 1956. I bet if you look down my drains, you'd find some scary shit.
Scary drains. Okay.
I mean, okay, to be fair, when my buddy helped me clean out I have a trench and pump system in my basement, trench and drain system. And I one of the lines needed to get cleaned out because there was some type of plant matter, this gross moss that was in there, and he pulled it out. It was just this gross carpet looking thing. That was scary looking, not paranormal. It was completely natural, but it was gross and scary.
Okay.
It was not clay. No, it was it looked almost like that fake astroturf stuff. So gross.
Okay. Maybe
right after I moved it, I was not responsible. Okay.
Maybe a tennis player had a bit of an accident, uncontrollable accident. Just saying. AstroTurf.
Maybe.
They play on a lot of tennis courts are AstroTurf these days. So, or ping pong. Don't know.
I think that's called table tennis when it's competitive, right?
Okay, table tennis if you like.
Not long after moving into this century home, our client Catherine began experiencing the unexplainable.
I went into the bathroom and my taps in the bathtub were on full blast. I would go past the closet door, I'd come downstairs, and then I'd go back upstairs and the closet door would be open.
Wow.
One of my sons has told me a few times that he's heard voices.
Catherine's search for answers has led her to our paranormal home inspection team, who will combine their unique skills to piece together the unnerving puzzle of her house.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming.
Paranormal investigator
Merry
Michelle
Christmas.
takes Catherine's list of concerns to the archives, where she begins her research.
Wow.
I can't believe what I...
So, she is going to the archives to, actually research this. I feel like that needs to be pointed out. That,
Yeah. Although that is one of the classic things that they do, isn't it? Is they go and look up history around the house, and then they make leaps between what happened. Like last week, when the 6-year-old girl died half a mile down the road.
Yeah, they'll pull out stuff like that, and it really bothers me when it's actual tragedies, especially we were saying more modern ones where it was that was 6 years earlier. This one looks like it's in the 1920s and stuff. I mean, sure, you're gonna find something, but I did think it's interesting that they this is the pilot, and you notice on the other episode, this kind of research stuff was a little bit kind of downplayed. I wonder if this part didn't play well to the audience, if they were wait, you just went to the historical records.
Yeah, well, there wasn't any, was there? Because it was just a shack in the middle of nowhere, that last one, so they didn't have any records to go to. That's the thing. This one is a proper house in a proper street with built some time ago, built of brick. The last one was built of wood, wasn't it? It was basically a caravan that somebody had built onto.
Yeah, it was a prefab that they had.
No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Still 100-year-old house. I mean, that's impressive, right there.
I don't think that it is actually 100-year-old house, though. I think
it doesn't look 100 years to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But anyway, look,
This is exactly what I've been looking for.
While Michelle gathers
1950s, I would believe.
the facts, certified home inspector Brian Daly has already found something unsettling in the laundry room.
Maybe the foundations.
I've seen a lot of things down drains, but I've never seen anything like this.
They do that a lot
He continues
in the
his
US.
inspection.
Okay,
it's not what I expected to see at all. There's things down there that are just
still looking down the drain a day
You need
later.
to get a
Yeah, he's still looking after a day. Well, after a commercial break. But yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got here in the comments? Many of the people that built the original home on our land in 1873 are now just,
Right. That makes a good point.
good.
Hang on, but could you just leave that comment up for a moment, because I'm just going to get out my ghost detector.
Oh!
There you go.
We're getting a lot of positive readings on
A
your
lot of
little
positive readings. A lot of positive
barometric
readings.
pressure thingy.
There we go. Yeah, Al, I think you're right. I think a lot of people from 1873 are in fact deceased. That's what my ghost detector says anyway.
Yeah, the people who built that. Yeah.
Yeah. Any ectoplasmonial comment? I wouldn't go that far, Al. I mean, you're a popular man, but I wouldn't go that far.
Thoroughly tested, but I'll have to go with Simos's call on that.
Contractor in to have a look at that.
I feel like we lost
We're going to go upstairs and have a look at closet door.
Closet door, yeah. Now this one,
right off the top,
I don't think he's going to be able to debunk this one easily.
Right off the top, he's got his flashlight out.
Yeah,
our
that's what I would
floor
have done.
is sagged a little bit.
Door at the top of the stairs is an easy one. It's not level to begin with because the floor is shifted, so it naturally wants to open.
These old latches also never latch properly. One of the things we do know is that
Yeah, that's why you got to replace them with the new spring-loaded ones. But the thing is that if you don't also fix the hinges, that's when you have it.
So he's going for the normal. I mean, I will say this week the door didn't slam, so this is just an open door. But let me just closet door open. Brian ticked, and that means crazy 3.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
we've got newer windows in the house. With newer windows, it creates a tight building envelope. Every time you open a front door, doors swing open. Plus, the homeowner has a cat. A cat is always pawing at something, always trying to get in.
Sorry. No, I was mistaken.
That's the cat. I have reason to believe that's the actual cat. I believe that is not stock footage of a cat. That is the actual cat.
That's the actual cat. Does she know that she has that cat or not?
I think so.
Okay, just
you're right though. We should check. We should check.
Yeah.
Side closet, so you
I think there's another cat.
Swung it open just like that. So this is something that I'm going to be checking off my list. Okay, my notes tell me that in this room there's a strong smell of mustiness.
Or
I got a really good sense of smell, and I don't smell anything in this room, but there is evidence that we've obviously had a roof leak at one point in time that's been repaired.
There's nothing going on there. I think the homeowner's just smelling things.
Okay, in the bathroom here, our homeowner swears that the taps were mysteriously on in the middle of the night.
There it is, on again.
These production taps don't perform the old.
Yeah, did you see in the video?
Yeah.
Yes, it was some musty ghosts. It was some ghosts with some BO. I think it was maybe some senile dog farts.
I think that's a more likely explanation. I mean, that's a naturalistic explanation, I feel.
I want to hear Bree's opinion. Should we invite her in?
Oh, yeah, always.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a link. Probably Messenger's the easiest.
I mean, I know this guy, right, is an expert home inspector, but I feel
Brian?
I feel some of this he's just making up. That's what I feel.
What do you think that he's making up?
Well, when he said that the door wasn't level, are we sure he just didn't have his head slightly tilted to one side?
Did you see the clip?
I did, and he seemed to have his head slightly tilted.
Yeah, but it seemed to me that the door was slightly gapping.
Well, maybe you had your head tilted slightly as well. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, that could be the case.
I don't know.
Bree has arrived. I got to switch to a different format. We're going to add her here. There we go.
Hey. Oh.
Hello.
I'm already in my jammies. I will not be on camera, but oh my gosh, this when he was talking about the doors and stuff, whenever I watch people doing these ghost videos and talk about how the doors pop open and stuff, it's like, well, that's probably because someone came in and did some restoration on your windows and made sure everything's nice and sealed for you. So you got pressure pushing back and forth. That means your house is well insulated.
And she has, and she's done a gorgeous renovation to this house. Like we were just saying earlier, like she's done a beautiful job. But yeah, like it's still going to be, I think actually like looking at like the molding on this, it actually is 100-year-old house.
Yeah. So I can see some orbs in the background there, by the way.
Not quite 100 years old because this is a 10-year-old show, but
are you sure those aren't light bulbs, Simos?
I beg your pardon?
I think those are light bulbs.
Well, you say that, but I think you're just, we can't be sure.
You're
exactly, Reggie. I was like, yes.
Well, excuse me for having an open mind.
So far open, your brain's falling out. Is that the?
Well, hang on a minute. Let me just detect the ghost on myself. My ghost playing. Beep beep beep. Fucking twat. It says I'm a fucking twat. Okay.
Oh, okay.
These ghost hunters too. They'll go out with just the apps that you can download from the App Store that are supposed to be ghost detectors. It's like, come on, people.
Yeah, that fucking works, right?
Yeah. No, I've got one of those as well, but I'm not that gullible.
I did notice about some of the equipment that they use later on, which I'll bring it up when we get to that. But like, it was something that like we had talked about last week, and I was like, oh no, it's not that sophisticated. Okay. Not even close. Okay.
Taps.
Sleepwalking. There's got to be no other explanation.
And look at this. They seat just perfectly.
I think it probably was sleepwalking, and I think a lot of people don't realize that they sleepwalk. So sleepwalking, people sleepwalk, don't sleepwalk all the time. Sometimes it's just like, only when you're like stressed out. Like for me, when I'm like experiencing a lot of stress, that's when I start sleepwalking. Also, I did not realize that I was a sleepwalker for literally years until it like was a weird coincidence where my partner happened to wake me up while I was sleepwalking, and it was like a weird thing. And after talking to people that I had lived with for years, they were like, oh, I just thought that like you just were like a night person who like got up sometimes at night. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I am like 8 p.m. Like I'm starting to get ready for bed. Like I am early to bed, early to rise. And like seriously, people who lived with me are like, oh no, like I'm just used to like seeing you in the kitchen at 2 a.m. Like I've been sleepwalking for years and I didn't know it.
Well, I mean, also, it doesn't have to be sleepwalking. I mean, she could have just gone, oh, I'm really tired. I'll have a quick bath and then go to bed. Right? She'd gone in, she put the taps on and went, oh, let me just go and do something in the bedroom, get the electric blanket on or something. And then actually gone in there and gone, oh, I'll just sit down and something else happens. Oh, look, squirrel. And then the next thing you know, she's lying down asleep. And then she wakes up an hour or two later and goes, oh, what's that? Oh, the bath. Yeah. I forgot I'd put the taps on to start the hot water coming through. I've done it myself.
Sleepwalk to turn off alarms. I've heard of multiple people doing that. Robbie was around in the chat. He doesn't do that exactly, but he will like turn off an alarm or like I will like call him to wake him up and he will have like a full-on conversation. And like it's not like he was asleep that entire time. Like that was just like sleep version. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It might have just been ghosts. It might have just been ghosts the whole time.
Yeah.
Or some other kind of undead or
maybe
disembodied entity.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're like losing viewers taking this shit seriously.
I think it's probably impossible. It couldn't be ghosts at this point. Anyway, we'll see. Brian's ticked off a few of them, but he hasn't ticked them all off. So there we go. So crazy sleepwalker. Running
we talked about rodents.
Sleepwalking.
The worst I ever did, and that was when I was like, okay, like this is serious and I need to like address it and like put safeguards in place, was I took out the trash, which doesn't sound like that big of a deal until you realize that like where I lived, it was like actually like I had to like put the trash in the back of the truck and like take it out to like the end of a long driveway.
Wow. Yeah, that's not sleepwalking anymore.
And then after that happened, I was like, okay, I need to talk to my doctor, and we need to like put extra locks on the doors and stuff like that. Luckily, I am so like when I sleepwalk, just like a latch at the top of the door is enough to like keep me in. I don't put up much resistance. I I'm apparently
Okay.
I'm very easy to convince to go back to bed, is what I'm told. Just the mere suggestion that I go back to bed is enough. I'm very agreeable when I'm asleep. I don't know.
I'm just sleepwalking. Okay, fair enough. Well, keep that in mind, anybody that happens to be watching. Okay.
I will say, if you're watching and if you live with somebody who's a sleepwalker, don't wake them up. Like, don't be like, hey, like, wake up. You're like, that's terrifying.
Just suggest they clean the house, maybe.
You can just suggest that they go back to bed.
Or go back to bed. Yeah.
And they usually will.
Yeah.
That's in my experience.
Cleaning the house first, just to see if you can get away with it. And if they don't.
Apparently, also, you can ask us if we're sleepwalking, and we will lie.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna have to do a ghost hunting scan on you later, I think. Okay.
According to both Robbie and Cora, you can straight up ask me if I'm sleepwalking, and I will look them dead in the eye and be like, "No, will not remember it the next day." But that's sleepwalking for you. Okay.
Okay, look, Brian's debunked 4 of these so far, but I mean, I've got a list of about 8 here, so he's only halfway through. I don't think he's going to be able to debunk all of these claims myself. But just for the record, we got crazy woman, not crazy woman, 4 marks for crazy woman, no marks for not crazy woman. So right now, Brian is heavily pointing the finger.
Sure that the homeowner probably inadvertently turned them on and went to bed and didn't know that she left them on.
Okay, master bedroom. First of all, there's our culprit, the cat. Now, my list tells me that the homeowner has heard noises in the
attic.
He's right there. Brian is right.
Where we are in the city, it's an area that's notorious for animals getting onto the roof and getting into the attic space. There's probably raccoons trying to get together and make baby raccoons.
Oh, yeah. Definitely raccoons. I stuck my head up in the attic and I saw the evidence. We can see evidence of feces and where the insulation's been disturbed. Yay! There's nothing unexplainable or strange in this house.
I want to see the raccoons. Do we get to see them? They sound cute.
I don't know if we get to see the raccoons.
Everything has a plausible explanation. Not uncommon to have these kinds of things happen in a house of this age. It's called character. It has lots of creaks and bumps and grinds.
Sorry, they're Canadian, so I have to say.
I like how, and just to be clear, the only thing for raccoons to be cute is that they exist. That's the only requirement for them to be cute. So the feces and the raccoon orgy.
Like they're so
cute. There's nothing wrong with this house at all.
But the rest of the team may not be convinced. Renowned intuitive healer Nadine Mercy is looking for something Brian can't see. She'll take the spiritual pulse.
Said Rickens last week, didn't he?
Nadine has barely walked through the door when she senses a presence.
I had this really heavy presence.
We do have possums in North America too.
Okay. Sorry.
We've
got Nadine here. Nadine, sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
She's an intuitive healer.
Yeah.
Remember when Robbie first met a possum when we were on the back porch of that Jeffersonian place?
Patty the possum. That was another 100-year-old house. That one might have been possessed with the spirit of Patty the possum.
Yeah, Robbie sat out there for.
What the fuck is that?
Robbie sat out there for like 45 minutes, just chilling with this possum, talking to it. He's out there having a smoke. You know how he's a heavy smoker, so he's just sitting out there having a conversation, talking to this possum all night.
He became friends with the possum. He communed with the possum and became one with the possum.
He was kind of a younger one, yeah.
For those of you who like don't live in North America and are not familiar with possums, like the whole like saying like playing possum like is like actually a thing that possums do, where they will like pretend, they will like freeze and pretend that they're like dead or asleep, or like sometimes they will literally just like freeze in like mid-step because they have like, instead of like a fight or flight, they just have like a freeze.
And they tend to do it with their mouths open, so it looks like they're threatening you with their teeth, but they don't. You could stick your hand in their mouth and they wouldn't bite you.
Yeah, like they won't move. It's really annoying when they do it like on the road and you like catch them with like your headlights and they freeze, and it's like, oh my god, like, can you like, you have to like wait for their like muscles to like stop seizing up for them to like get out of the road.
Yeah. And when Australians deal with possums, they're talking about a much cuter and more tolerable animal.
Yeah.
And
those are cute.
Possums will also, they release a stink when they're doing this. When those muscles retract, they also squeeze some little stink glands that smell like they're dead. So if you get them in your attic.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, so this is Nadine. This is Nadine. I just got to set this next bit up. This is Nadine.
Okay.
Last week she had a lot of credible evidence. But what I'm going to do first, if I may, Savage, is just give her the paranormals test. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, there's no orbs there, is there?
Oh,
no orbs at all.
No.
I don't think she's paranormal. I don't think she's psychic. I'm just saying. Okay. I think here we go. My Ghostbuster test is it's infallible, as we know. Infallible.
Yes.
I think she may be a fraud. That's just a presupposition or a supposition. Don't have any evidence other than my ghost busting machine.
Okay.
So there we go. Moving on.
It's in my chest. It's almost like
it's in a chest.
I want to breathe, and I'm almost shaky. I'm actually picking up an animal spirit. 2 elderly men, a lady. There's quite a few here, and I'm not sure why, but they do have messages to give, and they want to know why. Why are you here? And we don't want you here.
Oh,
I'm just gonna ask everybody to calm down because it's a little bit overwhelming right now.
Who's in my place? I
They're
wouldn't want
basically saying I won't take no for an answer. I won't let you do this to us. They've been here for a long time. Heavy presence in this room. They do congregate here often as the children are very open and neutral. You see, I don't know if you can see the goosebumps. Oh, my arms, it's just like a shot right through my whole body.
Yeah, I can see the goosebumps. Yeah.
There's a lot of presence in this room right now. They're saying, sing. Talk to me,
We trust Nadine? Are we sure?
I don't trust Nadine. No. Also, did anybody else hear an invitation to sing, or just Nadine? Was that?
I beg your pardon?
She like said that they asked her to sing. That's why she's singing.
Yeah.
Should we all sing? Or are we supposed to participate?
Also, a minute ago they were saying that they didn't want her there, but like.
That's right.
Is it her that they don't want there, or is it just in general people that they don't want there?
I think it's her. I don't like her.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if she came into my house, she would get a general feeling that she's not wanted.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want her to sing either, though. I'd be like, don't sing.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. As I would not then go turn to like, oh well.
I just want you to notice as well, the song she's singing is an old song from the 50s.
Yes.
That would have been about the same time as the 2 men died with the woman in a terrible accident.
Somewhere on the block.
Well, someone would say on the block. I would say in that room. They'd probably push the 2 beds together and somebody fell down the middle.
I just thought it had
to
talk to me, but that's a good point that it is an old song.
Yeah, thank you.
I just thought she was trying to get her trying to get them to talk to her.
Yeah, it says karaoke ghost hunt.
Yes.
Good one.
In fairness, if you don't want me here, then asking me to sing is probably a great way to get it. I mean,
Yeah.
Jolly, have you ever had a ghost ask you to sing? Just
Are you
checking.
talking to me?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No, I've never had a ghost ask me to sing.
Interesting.
Not even a Christmas ghost?
No, not even a Christmas ghost.
Okay. I mean, personally, I have felt the urge to sing many times when I've been around spirits.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying. Many times.
So there is one season of this from 2011. There are no more seasons of this. And we're going to talk about the homeowner and what she may or may not have to do with that when we get to the end.
Well, I've got it down as a definitely crazy person so far, according to Brian. You know.
Oh,
anyway.
Brian is being so diplomatic, though.
Ryan is, I don't think he buys some of this stuff. I think he's somewhat of a naysayer, if you ask me.
I think he is, but he is a good sport. He's a very good sport.
Yeah, that's true.
Down low. Here we go. It's very quiet down here. They're not speaking to me. They're just watching, observing.
Nadine feels peaceful, positive energy in the new basement. But without warning, the mood shifts.
A little bit of heaviness here, and I'm not sure why.
I feel like
I'm not sure if they're coming from Earth source, Earth energy. Yeah, I'm breathing really heavy.
It's coming from the drain. It must be a sewer clown.
I'm starting to shake a bit.
No, I think it was just like plant matter, right?
Here a little bit deeper. Why are
Sewer
you
clown.
here? I keep asking you, why are you here? They're asking me to leave.
Yeah.
I want you out of the house. There's something very.
They just don't like her.
Yeah.
Dark.
Or that friend. Who's the friend of Catherine?
I don't want to be in this room. It's not feeling good. I gotta leave. I don't like that room. Okay.
What about the Ninja Turtles?
If it's the sewers, it could be the Ninja Turtles too, if that's where it's coming from.
That's a good point.
Like
I want to call her Eunice, but like it wasn't Eunice, the friend that she had.
Nadine?
Oh, Fatima. Fatima.
I don't know where I got Eunice.
The Lady of Fatima?
No idea.
But yeah, the ghost just doesn't like them. Because it seems like it's pretty chill with everyone else.
Yeah. Well, it was two guys. I mean, I'm not saying anything. Maybe they don't like women, if you know what I mean.
Maybe.
They just push me right out. Like, I'm going to leave.
But after a night of reflection and hoping to further understand the messages she received, Nadine is returning to the house with our research assistant, Ashley, to drive our investigation
stop there for a moment? Could you just go back? I have to say something about that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What did I miss?
Of reflection and hoping to further understand the messages she received,
Okay,
Nadine
there you go.
is returning to.
Okay, so I'm just saying. Anybody notice anything different about Nadine? No, she's been to the hairdressers.
Yeah, this is a different day.
Yeah, this is the next day. The next.
Is she wearing the same shirt?
Oh,
yes.
I don't know. Yeah, okay. Same shirt, different hairstyle.
And Ashley's there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Ashley?
And they're color coordinated. Look at that.
Yes.
Nice. Well, that's because when they get up, they are connected. Psychically, they're connected, so they knew to put on the same color.
Would you psychically connect with Nadine?
I think
if you were doing a speed dating thing and they said, "Hey, would you after meeting Nadine, would you go on a date with her?"
No, obviously not. Obviously, I'd go, no, she's crazy. Straight away, I'd say, look, don't be stupid. She's a Libra.
So you go right into it. So there's the kind of this famous psychic in my hometown area, and my brother, I guess, hooked up with her because he wanted to find out about if she was crazy all around. I guess she was pretty Because he was like, I wonder if like spirits will come into the room and watch, and if she's gonna be like in the middle, we're like in the middle and getting it on, she's like, get out of here! There won't be anybody there.
It's probably the ghosts that curled her hair. I mean, I would.
That's a possible
I would
explanation.
have questions. Yeah. I would have questions.
Yeah, it's either that or she went, "Oh, I'm on camera again. I didn't like my hair yesterday. I had a terrible hair day yesterday. You need to pay for me to go to the hairdressers." You know. Anyway, there you go. Ashley's cute. Though. I will say that.
Well, don't get attached.
She's not going to be around long, is she? She's one of the ones that gets eaten by the dog. Okay.
She does.
I mean, ghost. Beg your pardon.
Yep.
The house
Ghost
with our
dog.
research assistant, Ashley, to drive our investigation forward.
Ashley knows how to rock a sweater
I'm
vest.
hearing
I'll
the
say
name.
that.
I don't know why. I'm hearing the name George.
I
something to
missed
do
the
with
sweater
George.
vest being
I
talked
feel
about.
this fellow
We need to go back. We need
is
to go
still
back.
here.
She heard a name.
Oh yeah, George.
George.
And
Right,
hoping to
okay.
further understand.
It's gonna be like the most
George.
common names ever.
How does she know it's not
1950s.
Jorge? How did we
The
rule out?
messages she
George,
received.
and probably the other
Nadine is
guys.
returning to the
probably
house
Jerome.
with our research assistant.
She has a research assistant,
Yeah.
and they've already been to the historical records. That's how they know it isn't Jorge.
Jorge.
It might be George Jetson,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that she
George
already knows the name before she gets there. Like,
Ashley to drive our investigation forward.
I'm hearing the name. I don't know why. I'm hearing the name George. Something to do with George. I feel this fellow
also, I
is
did
still
try to
here.
like.
And he's pulling me away.
I took like screenshots of like when they show the pad to like reverse it so you can see like what the I did not even bother with like the things that she's writing on this because it's like the most ridiculous, just like random questions.
Right. Well, when
It's
that.
like
Sorry, when the paranormal home investigator girl, Michelle, was looking in, there was a picture of a man in the thing. Did we ever get a name from that house owned by? Was there a name on that?
yes.
Was it
I
George?
do think yeah, it was.
It was George. Okay, yeah, just checking. Do you know? I don't know.
he
I
was also
intuited
married.
that. I was using my psychic abilities.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Away from this room in particular, and he guides and protects this room.
Is he protecting a certain person?
Yes.
Who's that person?
Wife.
Does she have a name?
I'm getting a Joyce or a J.
Do you know when they were here?
Jerome.
They've been here a long time.
Two guys.
With the identity of the residents beginning to step out from the shadows, Nadine returns to the site
I've
of
gone
the
off Ashley,
psychic
by the way.
activity.
Absolutely, definitely down
Oh.
in the drain. There's some issues down there.
Is there something buried down
You don't like soccer feet?
No.
But
Was there something buried down there?
Yes.
A clown.
What?
clown.
Sorry, there was something buried under the ground.
was
Is that
nothing
what
there.
she's saying?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, something buried
Under the drain.
underground.
It just
Yeah.
went up on its own.
At some point, there was something that was buried down there, which, again, it's a 100-year-old house. So yeah, it probably originally had like a cistern.
Mhm. Or when they were building the cistern, they probably had to dig out some dirt to do that, and that's probably what was buried down there.
Yeah, it's like, of course there was something that was buried down there. Oh my gosh, I went back way too far. Where were we? Is this where we were? The
The
drain?
residential investigation
Yeah.
would shed light on the shadows that hang heavy
I clicked
over
on it.
our home.
I think I
To
clicked
unearth
it.
the reasons
Oh,
behind
this is
it.
forward.
Michelle heads.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, okay, there we go. Oh
Sometimes
no,
I think
you were almost
crazy.
there. actually.
Traditional Home Inspector Brian Daly conducted a routine inspection that did
But
provide
we haven't
some
seen this part.
reasonable answers.
I
This
haven't
is where
seen it.
Obviously had a roof leak at one point.
Forward.
There we go. We're on day 4.
Okay,
Sorry.
we're good.
I'm hearing
Yeah.
the name. I don't know why.
George,
I'm hearing
remember?
The name George. Something to do with George. I feel this fellow
George. I'm written
is
that
still
down.
here, and
George.
he's pulling me away from
his
this
boyfriend,
room
Jerome.
in particular, and he guides and protects this room.
Is he protecting a certain person?
Yes.
Who's that person?
Wife.
Does she have a name?
I'm getting a Joyce
Yeah,
or
she
a
has a
J.
name.
Do you know when they were here?
They've been here a long time.
Okay.
With the identity of the residents beginning to step out from the shadows, Nadine returns to the site of the most psychic activity.
That's right.
Absolutely, definitely down
You're
in
gross.
the there's
Not
issues
wearing
down there.
shoes.
Is there something buried down there?
Neither of them are wearing shoes.
Was there
I
something
don't
buried
know
down
if
there?
that's like a Catherine
Yes.
is a no shoes house, or if it's like a
There is nothing there. That just went off on its own.
just there's hair buried in the drain.
Wow.
Probably.
So that's a clip of what's to come.
Maybe.
Our client Catherine called in our paranormal home
Our
inspection
client,
team,
Catherine.
hoping we could provide explanations for the odd occurrences plaguing her home.
I'd be happy to find out if there's something going on mechanically with the house, because quite honestly, sometimes I think I'm crazy.
Traditional home inspector Brian Daly
I do too.
conducted a
Brian
routine
thinks you're crazy
inspection
as
that
well,
did
by the way.
provide some reasonable answers.
We've obviously had a roof leak at one point. Now that's obviously
And
where
I
the
have
musty
reason
smell
to
came
believe
from.
that Brian knows better than us.
After intuitive healer Nadine
Brian.
Mercy was spiritually pushed from this house on the first day of
Straight
her
hair.
inspection,
I
They just
think
pushed me right
that
out.
Brian,
I'm
hold on.
gonna leave.
she
Oh,
returns
that is a
with
different
research
top.
assistant Ashley
And then
the
the
next day
okay.
to further her
yeah.
investigation.
Was there something buried down there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nadine's
under the
report
ground.
is
There was
clear.
something buried under
She
the
believes
ground.
there is paranormal activity in the house, but it will
I'm
take
making
more
a note
digging
of
to
that.
unearth
I think
the
that
reasons
Brian
behind
and
it.
Nadine need to
Michelle
have a
heads back to
psychic
the city
duel.
archives looking for answers.
Brian is
Soon
not
uncovers some
psychic.
startling historical information about
Brian's
Catherine's
definitely not
house
psychic.
and the surrounding area.
And how do you know those raccoons
As the
were
sun
there?
sets on the fourth day of our investigation, it seems likely that there's a supernatural presence in Catherine's home.
It seems like
It does
Michelle
seem
heads
likely,
back to the
yes.
house
Is
to
that-
set up her paranormal investigation.
that
That
or
doesn't look like her
spends the
home.
night
it's
as the
either
sun
that or the
sets
woman's
on the
crazy.
fourth day of our investigation.
That's not
It
the
seems likely
home,
that there's
though.
a supernatural presence in Catherine's home. Michelle heads back to the house to set up her
Oh.
paranormal investigative gear and spend the night
Sorry.
there with a suitably
I didn't give a
spooked
warning for the
Ashley.
What will you be setting up?
Passive infrared sensors. See,
Yeah,
Okay.
these are the vibration sensors.
always a staple.
So did you catch the passive infrared sensors?
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Those are the ones they use in stores.
The door there.
That's what they need. They need a ghost
Alright.
detector.
Tickle
They
the
don't
door.
need an infrared detector.
And now it will do.
It's the one in her hand. It's the one she's calling a passive infrared sensor. It is literally just a motion detector.
Yeah, that's what
Like
it says,
that's
yeah. Motion detector.
passive infrared sensor. Like it's literally just a motion detector. Like that's it. It's just like one of the little infrared motion detecting sensors.
That's right. Yeah.
That you put
It's
outside,
ridiculous,
like
isn't it?
the door at the door of your little convenience store or whatever. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even the
I mean,
sound, like when
that
you
prob-
open the door, ding ding.
Yeah.
That probably only cost $30. I paid $500 for mine, and mine's a ghost detector. So, just saying, these guys are cheapskates.
I'm sure it did not cost more than $30.
Cameras.
It won't
Basically,
even
the whole
make me
point of
blush.
this is to try to get the spirits to manifest somehow for us, because that's the reason why we're here.
That's what I'm saying.
Alone
What do you think
in
give you
the
an
house, they listen and they wait.
Do you have something to tell us?
Did you lock out the contractors?
I
Can you move the
do
lock again for us?
I do think it
After a
is
series of
funny
unanswered
that it is like the
questions,
gratuitous like the nighttime scenes, these ones. So this one is recolored a little bit because of the but
and Ashley
like
finally get a response.
this is not
What are you hearing?
like
Do you
like
hear that?
added to it.
Can you do it again?
Made
I
it
just heard the
like
rattling.
grainier and shit. Like this is
One of the sensors. Oh god.
Oh, shit.
Upstairs.
oh we gotta
Oh,
reset the timer.
shit.
Oh, it's going off now.
Is it Brian?
It's
It
not
sounded
Brian.
like it was
Brian is not involved
Into
in
the
any of this.
either the hallway or just above
Was
us.
one of those raccoons
There was nothing
maybe?
there.
Oh, my God.
That just went off on its own.
Would Brian send his
Well, of
raccoons
course it
there?
went off on its own. That's what it's supposed to do.
Just gonna go crawl in a hole.
Let's go in the
Also,
bedroom.
like these, a lot of these is like why is this green?
Main floor.
Like, why is this night vision? Like the lights Or on. This is not night vision.
Okay, I'm gonna take a measurement over there.
They just put a green filter over it.
You're gonna feel really dumb when Brian pops up out of the dark and just...
Why are they all different pictures as well? All the passive infrared detectors, they're all different pictures.
That is a bright lit room with a green filter on it.
Nice.
They didn't even dim the filter.
Yeah. Is that Ash? That isn't Ashley in the background.
That's
is it?
Ashley.
Is that? That is Ashley, is it? Wow, she looks different with the filter on.
She's sleepy. It's the middle of the night.
It is. They fucking kept her
filter.
for this bullshit with like the other assistant walking around upstairs to set up all the sensors. She's just like, oh my god, I'm fucking sick of this shit. Can I please go home? Scrappy, do confirm.
The paranormal activity is clearly heating up in the house, taking an unexpected toll on Ashley.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
she's worried about how bad she's going to look in this particular film now.
Just came from upstairs. Ashley, did you leave the house yet? Ashley?
Yeah, she fucking left.
Ashley?
She's like, fuck this, I'm going home.
Our multi-platform inspection has come up with.
Wow, it's like dead on.
Dead on. No pun intended.
Sorry.
Okay, I just need to write down some more points from the credible Nadine investigation. Ashley.
I started editing this before I found out who she is.
Ashley is gullible. That's number one.
Sorry.
Nadine has ghost hairdresser. Okay, yeah.
With you so far.
Okay. That was it, really. Something buried underground.
Toxic.
George might have a wife
was
called
buried.
Joyce.
It is buried now.
There were two men and a woman in the child's bedroom.
And they're dead now.
And possible, well, we don't know that they're actually dead yet. And she has a dog that has materialized now. Materializing dog. Okay. Thank you very much.
Tim thinks there might be a toxic plutonium mine.
Let's just see what the total results are.
All right. I want you guys also to start your guesses about how this woman is related to this TV show.
Oh, interesting.
When Catherine called the paranormal home inspectors, she
I
think
I just saw
to residential
Michelle.
Uh-huh.
Michelle and what's this woman? Catherine.
Nadine?
Catherine. No, Catherine.
This is Catherine.
That's Catherine, yeah. And Michelle is the other one. Is the
Professor Plum.
Professor Plum, yeah. Thank you. Okay. I think Michelle and Catherine may have some familial bond. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, well, the plot thickens.
I don't know. They look kind of similar. There's some
called the
similarities.
paranormal home inspectors.
Similar
she
age.
hoped our combined
Maybe
approaches
Michelle's
to
slightly
residential
younger.
investigation.
Catherine's a bit jealous that Michelle's got this very, this growing popular TV program, which is about to be syndicated. And she
Popular
wants in.
TV program.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
The pilot episode. It's very popular.
Tim Bob, I think, might have it right, actually.
Ghost of Nepotism Past.
Okay, interesting.
The hitherto unseen partner.
Would shed light on the
there
shadows
you
that
go.
hang heavy over her home. After 5 days and 1 night of our multi-platform inspection, our experts have answers. With Ashley's unexplained physical reaction fresh in her mind, Michelle is tasked with presenting our final inspection report to our very anxious client.
Here's the info that our
Very
monthly platform
anxious.
inspection has come up with. Here's our home inspector, Brian. He's done a thorough investigation. Let's see what he has to
Maybe
Brian feels that
Catherine
the
and
musty
Brian
smell that you
are
have been
siblings.
experiencing.
We've obviously had
Catherine and Brian might be siblings. Could
Twins.
be.
Probably twins.
a roof leak at one point in time that's been repaired.
I hope he's right.
Door at the top of the stairs is a no-brainer.
It's definitely not hung square.
I can understand that. Now, the growling that you heard in the bedroom.
Crazy.
Definitely raccoons.
Where you can see evidence of feces.
I don't think that's what I heard.
Back door lock.
Okay, I do think I queued this up just because I did think it was funny that she makes this comment about that she does not believe
repaired.
I hope he's right.
Door at the top of the stairs is a no-brainer.
It's definitely not hung square.
I can understand that. Now, the growling that you heard in the
she
bedroom.
gets the
Definitely raccoons.
doors like
Where you can see evidence of feces.
I don't think that's what I heard.
Back door lock.
like literally he's
Indignant.
like, I can see. Now I remember when I was a small child, the first time I ever heard a raccoon like growl at me, like they make some weird freaking noises. And I remember I was a kid and I was like walking out to like feed like the horses. I thought that it was like some like ungodly demon from the depths of hell. I like ran like a motherfucker and I had to like come back later to feed the horses because I was like, that was terrifying. And it was a raccoon. And I feel like I need to cue this up for you guys because I decided today to make this little video for you to just hear what a raccoon sounds like.
Wow.
This is one noise that they make. This one's another. Like that's
adorable.
Same animal making that noise. Like not the exact same animal, but you get what I'm saying. Now, we're about to get to the most terrifying one, which is the sound that I heard as a child.
That's the one that scares you, yeah.
Yeah. That's
especially
what a raccoon
that
sounds like.
Mixed with a cat. If they're fighting with a cat, you'll hear that and a cat screaming and it'll, or a fox can scream with a raccoon fighting with them too.
Okay. I've just had some interesting. I've just done an interesting test on Catherine and the relation to the show, and I basically did. Let me just do it now. I'm asking: is there a connection between Catherine and the show? N.
With these types of
Ouija
bolts, if
board.
you slam the door.
Oh no. There we
Oh,
go. The Ouija board says no.
Did you check your 8-ball though? Because the 8-ball sometimes is a better fact checker for the Ouija board.
I beg your pardon. I've only got 2.
Okay.
Hard enough, it could lock on its own.
Well, I think my contractor would be happy to hear that.
Taps in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Your contractor would be happy to hear that?
Yeah.
Catherine, your contractor would be happy to hear that?
Yeah, no, he wouldn't be happy to hear that. What he would be happy to hear is, yeah, there's something fucking going on with these locks. Why don't you change them, mate?
That's what he would be happy to hear.
That's what he
But
would hear.
bro, can you fix the door?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ouija board says. Yeah, exactly.
Ouija board says. Okay.
He would not be happy to hear
Top
that.
answer is
these reproduction taps.
Sleepwalking. There's got to be no other explanation.
As far as I know, I don't sleepwalk.
Yeah, but we've already covered how like most people who sleepwalk don't know that they sleepwalk.
another point, and that wasn't Brian's only explanation as well. Just to point this out, he said that you could be crazy because you could have just gone, put your taps on, and then gone to sleep.
I mean, you said that also, and I think that you're right. I didn't pay attention to that when I was editing this, but I think you're right. That's probably.
I would love to hear you guys talking about the Bell Witch and all the folklore about the Bell Witch. To hear you guys go back and forth about that.
I don't know about the Bell Witch myself.
You don't know about it?
We can debate it sometime.
No, I've never heard of the Bell Witch.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Not everyone sleepwalks, no, but those of us who do, a lot of the times do not realize it. Like for me, as I was saying, I was a sleepwalker for years, did not realize it until a weird happenstance, and then went back and talked to the people that I lived with years before, and they were like, yeah, like you used to like be up in the kitchen at 2 a.m. all the time.
Wow.
But yeah, I did not know it.
Okay.
Magic 8 Ball. Or, well, I mean, I'm a fan of a hippie speedball, but like that's another.
That'll make you see things.
You get rolling like that, yeah.
So moving on. Oh right, the
fishbowl.
The snifter, yeah.
And the fishbowl exploding.
Hairline crack, lots of water pressure.
There's no doubt that it could blow any time.
I thought of that too.
Basement drain, that's a big problem. There's things down there that are just kind of scary. We need to get a contractor in to have a look at that.
So now let's talk about my overnight inspection. My assistant Ashley and I heard unexplained movements and sounds.
Do you hear that?
I do. The passive infrared sensors went off 3 times. Oh, God.
I think the case for those passive infrared sensors probably cost more than the infrared sensors.
I mean, to be honest, that is the most exciting part of the show.
Ooh, yeah.
So,
well, yeah, the show wouldn't be anything
My
if it
assistant
didn't have
Ashley
that.
developed such a headache that she had to leave the building. She never came back.
Yeah.
And she has subsequently
Headache.
quit the team.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
I'm sorry to see her go.
Or was it a boyfriend calling down the road?
I'm actually picking up an animal spirit. 2 elderly men, a lady.
4.
I've done extensive research into this home and the land surrounding it. This land used to be a native settlement.
Oh, okay.
The house was built
Indian
plumber in
burial ground.
1913.
Yeah, like it's always an ancient burial ground. It's always an ancient Indian burial ground.
Yeah, because of course George is a very popular name for ancient American,
Also, his
Native
name
American people.
is William.
It is William. Yeah, okay, well, that's William. Interesting. I didn't
Like
know
he just happens to have a George in the family. Like that.
This could explain why you've had odd issues related to the plumbing.
What?
Okay.
Now
No,
here's
that's
the
a
most
non-sequitur,
interesting
if
bit
ever
of
there was
history.
one.
No, William is a plumber.
William is a plumber. Of course he is. That's why the plumbing doesn't work.
Yeah,
That makes total sense now.
because of the family member William, not George, but William.
I'm hearing the name George, something to do with George. A lady. I'm getting a Joyce or
Now
a
we're
J.
getting George.
A couple
Because
by
George
the name
was who came
of
up in
George
the
and
research
Joan.
where they
Joan,
have
it was
the-
Joan.
35 years.
It's like dead on.
Nadine believes that those are 2 of the spirits that are dwelling here.
Sounds like more than a coincidence for sure.
It does sound more than a coincidence. I would agree with her intuition.
Oh,
there.
Catherine! Is it
Yeah.
ever more than a coincidence?
Yeah.
I
So day 2, they found out that George
went
and
back
Joyce
into the-
were there. Day 3, Nadine is going, oh, and it was a J of some sort. Joyce,
Yes.
maybe? Yeah.
Mhm.
She's either got a terrible memory or she's a terrible liar.
Archives and discovered a very interesting story. In 1916, 3 years after this house was built, 2
Then I
boys
thought
down the
it was
road
okay.
went missing without a trace.
Here we go. It's the old down the
They
road
were never
ploy.
found.
Do
Yes,
you think that
down the
that has
road.
anything to do with what's going on here?
The home's original builder, along with 2 former residents named George and Joan, and the 2 young boys that mysteriously disappeared from the neighborhood. Are they the spirits that haunt Catherine's home?
No.
If so, why do they remain? That is a question Michelle cannot answer.
Why?
That's
Why
horrible.
she's made up
So,
every other
in
answer.
summary-
Why can't she make up this one?
Yeah.
Brian has come up with some plausible explanations for what has been going on in the house. However,
that part, yeah.
from what Nadine has discovered and from my investigation, I'm tending to gear more towards that there is paranormal activity going on here.
Yeah. That would be. Would you stay in a house?
Several
You knew
weeks
it was
later,
haunted.
after her paranormal home inspection, Catherine seems at peace with our team's findings.
A lot of
Things
them.
have been pretty
Pretty much
quiet in the
everywhere.
house. I haven't had any more incidences. So it's been okay. I do believe that what Nadine felt in this house was definitely legitimate.
There was a little
that
there
she came and
that I didn't
went
notice
through.
before, but I
With the
saw
information that Brian gave me, I feel very
as you were
comfortable
going
in
through.
staying with the house. Whatever's happening, we can coexist.
Whatever's happening.
Okay, here. You ready for this?
Case closed. Okay, I'm going to write that down.
I'm just going to pause this here.
And then part 2, right? Then we move right along to part 2.
I mean,
exactly.
This is episode 1. I did not flip this part back here, but
I was just teasing you because
that's all right.
I figured after this one it was over. After the nepotism.
Hang on a minute.
Have you spotted it?
I've spotted something here.
Do you remember the name of this episode? How the
No.
episodes were named after the surname?
Oh yeah. This one was Fogarty. I see. And if you I don't know, this is obviously the ghost trying to confuse things, but I think if you reverse those letters in her first name, it's not her name is not Yefriferob.
Yeah.
And Irikankat, but I think her name might be Catherine Fogarty.
That's exactly right.
Wow. That's hit me like a. I don't know what to say now.
It just so happens.
Yeah.
That Catherine here.
And she's the producer.
Is the executive producer.
She's the executive producer.
Also, I think that it's funny. The other thing that she is known for is she is also the producer on it's one of those real estate reality
flip this house kind of things.
Yeah. It's like Flip This House Ottawa or whatever. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, that's so when they're like, "Oh, she contacted the show," it's like, "Bitch, she is the show."
I see. So you're saying that she may have planted ghosts in other houses as well?
Yes.
Yeah. I get
yeah,
you.
she also has a real estate license.
It's a ghost house.
So I'm wondering how much she was like, "Oh, well, if I sell you this house, and by the way, I'm also a producer on this TV show, and if you let us shoot the show in here, we'll help you out on closing," or yeah.
Okay. So can we just quickly go around what are our favorite moments from this show? So Bree, you're last in, first to say. What's been your favorite moment since you've been here of what the show is? What happened in the show?
I liked the inference that there was going to be raccoons. I was disappointed about them not being there.
Okay.
I liked that Minnow supplemented the absence of raccoons on the actual show with her own raccoon footage. So thank you, Minnow.
Yeah.
The producers, I guess they don't know the secret to reeling in the gas, but having raccoon sounds when you talk about raccoons in the attic is important. You do the chitters and chatter. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was the raccoons playing the piano in the background of the soundtrack. Fair enough. I'm
true.
Wrong. I'm wrong.
I'm gonna pass the torch though to describing this episode to our quiet viewer. Spackle's been just kind of hanging out and listening.
Yeah, Jolly. What's been your favorite moment in the show? Would you say? If you would say, I don't know whether you will.
If she is an AFK.
We're putting her on the spot and she stepped away. Yeah.
Okay. That happens. Okay. Well, I'll do mine first. I think for me, there were many highlights of this show. Firstly, Brian implying that Catherine was crazy. I thought that was really, really very, very disingenuous of him. She's clearly, she's not crazy. She's not crazy. Although maybe she was, because that leads me on to the second bit. She heard growling noises. She heard a dog growling, but she didn't have a dog.
But she has
I think that was my favorite part. When she heard the growling noises and went, "I heard growling noises, but I don't have a dog." Now we know what it is. It was the other one I was thinking of. was the other
Sorry,
one.
I just had to throw it in there for a
Yeah,
surprise.
the first one. Play the first one because that does sound like a dog. There, that's the one. Play that one.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dog saying sausages.
You
I don't
know, procyonids, which is the group that contains raccoons, are closely related to dogs, as you can tell by the name procyanid, which means before the dogs. Is procyanid, and cyanids are the dog family, so they're closely related to one another. They're
also
all
birds as well. I don't know if you knew that.
Mhm.
They're related to birds. Play this one.
Oh, the birds.
There we go. Yeah.
They do kind of sound like a bird.
Really related to birds.
Or squirrels. Well, squirrels like a do a squirrel impression, somebody. I
don't know. I've never heard of squirrel because they run like fuck whenever the
I
dog
think
chases
Minnow
them.
can do one, but not with her camera on. I think that's what she's gonna say.
I queued up the raccoons so that I didn't have to do it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You can do the raccoon.
No, I don't have to. I have
No, we've just heard them.
How do we know
anyway.
it's not a squirrel though? If you don't compare the squirrel.
Well, we have Jester. Jester is the squirrel. That was pretty good, actually. That was pretty close.
Yeah. that is, I would agree with Bree there. Another favourite part was Brian saying it was raccoons again, because that's what he said last week. So I think this is going to be a standard explanation for him.
Okay, but they're in Canada.
They're in Canada, yeah.
Like, I feel like there's rakins all over up there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I feel like they're a good excuse. Like, I don't think they're an excuse. They're an explanation.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, you say explanation, you know. But there we are. My third point, which I thought was very good, was Nadine's ghost hairdresser. I think that sealed it for me for being the house is haunted. I don't think anybody would pay for a haircut like that. So I can only put that down to Ghost when she first came
possessed.
in. She's possessed, and the ghost obviously was a hairdresser when he was alive, and that's why he did such a terrible fucking job on her hair.
No, he was a plumber.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. The guy was a plumber, and that's why the plumbing's
died.
Yeah.
He probably tried to cut his wife's hair.
Yeah.
And it was so bad that she killed him.
I love it. Yes, this makes perfect sense. I'm going to write that down. Okay, I mean, I think we've got a case closed either way here, because I think this is brilliant. Yeah,
we're getting into deep lore now.
We are.
Yeah.
We are deep in there. That's for
you
sure.
know, I'm pretty sure that like Catherine would probably go with it. Like, all we would have to do is suggest it, and she would like totally be like, yes, make a documentary about it.
Yeah. I mean, they would freak out if they ever came to this country. That's all I'm saying. Oh, this house is 800 years old. Nothing happened here.
I mean, well, like lots of things happened there, but like,
yeah.
So what?
Yep.
You know?
There you go. 3 miles down the road, somebody stubbed their toe 200 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they've been pissed about it ever since.
Yep.
There we go. Anyway, thank you for that. I'm enlightened as always. I think we've done some good work there. I really do.
Good point. Porcupines.
Yeah.
Or possums. Yeah. Yeah, we've done some important ghost detecting.
I'm with Brian again. I'm glad I paid for my ghost detector because that seems to really pay dividends today. I think we saw some orbs, and yeah. So I'm talking about Europe now. Only place can think of houses that old. Yes, I am talking about Great Britain. Indeed, yes.
There's shit that old in Britain.
Yeah, well, just down the road from me. In fact, there's a 1,000-year-old church.
How many orbs do you see there usually on average?
Well, if orbs, by orbs, do you mean Christians?
Are Christians orbs? That would make
Well,
so much sense at this
yeah,
point.
some of them are. If by orbs you mean, anyway, look, let's not get into that because it is Christmas after all. It's Christmas, people. Yeah?
It is Christmas.
Yeah. Just, I mean, we're all laughing, we're all having a bit of a joke, but we don't
Where's
know.
Spackle?
We
I
don't
think
know.
Spackle might be asleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she seemed a little sleepy when we started, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think she was coming just to just to help me out, really.
But we are having a good time. It was good to have you guys. We are going to have to jump in 9 minutes.
Okay, 9 minutes.
So I just want to get
for 9 minutes. Okay, let me just do something.
everybody
a minute.
prepared for
I'm
that.
just gonna use my Ouija board to contact Speckle and see if she can wake up. Yeah.
See if you
Spackle,
can
you
contact
hear
her on the spiritual realm.
Yeah. It says N Y 9. Interesting. Okay. He says
Brits think
answers.
100 miles is a long distance. Americans think 100 years is a long time.
Yeah.
True.
Just spot on. Absolutely spot on. Yeah. To be fair, I think 5 miles is quite a distance, to be honest, at the moment. That's because.
Because, yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is. Hey, I don't have a car at the moment, so things seem further than they did.
Yeah.
I don't have a car at the moment. I have a car. I don't have a license right now.
Oh.
I do have, after this, we are going over to Claire's channel, which the link is in the description, but I will grab it here and put it in the chat.
Can I just say before we go how much I love Aunt Jer?
Yes.
Aunt Jer is so amazing. That's really appreciating Aunt Jer. I mean, they always take the time to update me on things and privately and keep me on the know about things happening in the community. They're a lot like Regios that way. Regios is top notch as well. Good people that we keep company with. You know that?
I agree. Sorry, I am trying to get the proper link because if I link it straight from the playlist, it will take you to a dead link sometimes.
No, I just clicked on it and it took me straight to Claire's.
Okay.
So you're good.
Okay. Good.
Indeed. So yeah, I mean, next week we've got the 3rd episode, presumably. As you might be, you'll probably be surprised to hear this, people, but there are in fact more haunted houses out there.
There are a few.
Yeah, and I mean, despite what Brian says, right? Brian, what does he know anyway? He's just a house inspector. What does he know? I would go with Nadine. Well, I wouldn't go with Nadine, actually. I'll take that back. There's no way I would go with Nadine. Okay, I'll go with Brian before I'd go with Nadine.
So do you think that
do
you think when Allison left, they were like, "Hey, as part of your contract to be able to leave the show, we need to be able to say that you had a supernatural experience or you left under mysterious circumstances." And she's like, "No, fuck that. You can't say that."
I'm wondering.
I don't think she cared.
She looks more like fed up than scared.
Yeah.
Like
I'm telling you right then, she what do they call those? She got a booty call. That's what she got.
Yeah. That seems more likely than a ghost to me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking someone said, "Hey, we got this job opening." And she's like, "Yes, whatever it is, yes."
Whatever.
Whatever it is.
Get me the fuck out of here.
These people are crazy. They make me take my shoes off everywhere I go.
It's like, I cannot express enough how much I'll take whatever job it is.
Intimidated. Yeah. Yeah, I think I probably would have been like, because it just seems so clearly rigged. Like, it's, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, well, it has to be because it's on camera. I mean, come on now. You know.
Yeah.
Think about it, people. Think about it, people. The ghosts know what they're doing. Are they going to come on camera? No, they're not. Why would they do that?
The ghost dog did.
Sheeple.
The ghost dog did. And the cat.
And the cat and the fish. The fish came back just to make an appearance in the next episode. So
I think he came back. Yeah, came back from the dead.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, who puts a fish? Who puts a fish in a glass of brandy?
That's what I was going to say. In conclusion, let's not keep our beta fish in freaking brandy glasses on the kitchen counter. Please put your fish in a proper fish tank.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And Merry Christmas. Yes. Hello, Rex.
Yeah, Merry Christmas,
Just
Rex.
because a fish can survive in that for some time doesn't mean it should. You can survive in a closet for you.
Amen. Thank you. Somebody who's even knows more about this shit than me. Thank you.
Yes, and there's a YouTube channel that just I'll talk to you about it later, and I want you to check it out, Minnow. And then if you think it's something you'd like to plug, then you can do so. I don't want to plug it on here before you even had a chance to view it. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just got another message via Ouija board. That house is for sale. Apparently, you can buy that house.
Well,
low price of probably about 400,000 Canadian.
I don't know. I'm sure that house has been sold though.
Yeah. She's moved on to another house. Apparently, she's
Yeah.
she's flipping another one.
She's flipping them. Yeah, exactly. Now this was back in 2011. I'm sure she's owned like 5 or 6 different houses. So, yeah.
You say what? Are you saying my Ouija board is wrong?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I did.
Thank you. I'll just check in. Just checking.
Okay.
And Lord of Fools says 1 vote for Bell Witch. I still
people are into it.
Yeah, there you go.
If I can find you guys a video of it all.
They are not. Yeah. They're not happy in little bowls. They like lots of space and hidey holes. Exactly. And somebody said something earlier about about like, I think it was like a 45-gallon tank. That's still only big enough for one beta male. Like that's it. That's still just one. Okay. Wow. Like you still only get one. They get really stressed out if they can see other males.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You know, like the gym bros who are like that shit. Where it's like anytime they see like a dude that's like talking to their girlfriend, they get all like bothered. That's what they're like.
Well, I wouldn't know, but yeah, fair enough.
No, but you've probably like dealt with like some chick's boyfriend who's been like that.
Oh yeah, no, that is true. I have. That has happened on occasion.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean, bro?
Those are like beta fish.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You mean like that, like with the Jesse Lee Peterson beta? Okay.
Not like that, no.
Oh, not like that. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Anyway, look, thank you very much, Savage. It's been an absolute pleasure once again. Anytime you like, I'll be there. Just send me a message via Ouija board, and we'll do it again. Yeah. Thank you, Jolly Spackle.
I think she fell asleep, but thank you, Bree, for stepping in for her.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Bree. Good to see you again. Merry Christmas to
everybody.
It's
lovely to talk to you, Simos.
Thank you both for coming. Well, thank you all three. You two, Spackle, when you free watch this. But thank you guys so much for coming. It's been so much fun, and with that, we should hand it over. So I will catch and release y'all on the next one. Go and send my little fry. Go and send.
Merry Christmas. One and all.